Imagine this scenario. You're driving through the city, listening to your favorite music while heading to work or just going for a drive. You feel the vibration of the steering wheel, the engine roaring a bit louder than before, and every now and then, a light on the dashboard reminds you that something isn't quite right. Maybe you've ignored it for a while, trusting that the car will keep doing its job. However, there are a series of signals that might be trying to tell you something deeper. It's time to change your car. But how to know for sure? When to stop investing in repairs and maintenance to move on to something more reliable, safe, and efficient? In today's video, we will explore the 7 signs that you need to change your car now. You'll learn about those indications that will make you think more clearly if continuing with the same car is the best option, or if the time has come to take the big step towards a more efficient, comfortable, and safe model. Sign 1. Excessive maintenance costs. One of the first red flags you should consider is the sustained increase in maintenance costs. All cars require periodic care, such as oil changes, filters, tires, and general checkups. However, when a vehicle accumulates years of use and mileage, its internal components begin to wear out more quickly. This results in more frequent and costly repairs. If you notice that in recent months you've spent a considerable amount of money at the mechanic for problems that didn't exist before, it's time to do the math. Older vehicles often have issues with the drivetrain, powertrain, suspension, braking system, and steering, among others. Additionally, parts that were once common in the market start to become scarce or more expensive. This not only affects your wallet, but also the time you spend without your car while it's being repaired. Therefore, mental fatigue and frustration accumulate, and you end up spending more energy keeping a car alive that may have already served its useful life. The decision to invest in a new car should not be taken lightly. But if you add up the bills from the past few months and they far exceed the cost of a down payment for a more reliable vehicle, the scale will likely tip towards making a change. A new or slightly used car, with a warranty and current technologies, will save you headaches in the medium and long term. Sign 2. Lack of reliability and frequent breakdowns. Constant breakdowns not only hit your wallet, but they also affect your peace of mind and quality of life. How many times have you been stranded in the middle of the road waiting for the tow truck to arrive? How many setbacks have you suffered from having to reschedule your day because the car refused to start in the morning? The lack of reliability of your vehicle is an unmistakable sign that it's time for an upgrade. When a car spends more time in the shop than on the road, it's a clear indication that key parts have reached the end of their lifespan. You might be able to fix 1 or 2 specific issues, but if the situation repeats over and over, it's time to consider a more definitive solution. Moreover, an unreliable car puts your safety and that of your passengers at risk. You could experience failures in the braking system, steering, or engine at critical moments. The uncertainty and stress of not knowing if your car will respond adequately in an emergency situation is a factor you should not underestimate. In summary, if you notice that your maintenance costs are skyrocketing and your car breaks down frequently, you have already found 2 strong signals. Combine these signals with the ones we will see next, and you will have a complete picture to decide if your old travel companion needs a well-deserved rest. Signal 3. Lack of current safety and technology. Safety is an aspect you should not overlook. Over time, regulations have become stricter and car manufacturers have incorporated significant advancements in occupant protection. Systems like stability control, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot sensors, lane assist, and multiple airbags are increasingly common in modern cars. If your vehicle lacks these basic features, you are driving with a higher risk. An old car might have a seatbelt and a couple of airbags, but it doesn't compare to current options, which include preventive electronic systems. Engineering has been refined to minimize damage in the event of a collision and to prevent accidents before they happen. If your car doesn't have contemporary safety technology, it's time to ask yourself if it's worth investing in a more modern model, one that protects your life and that of others on the road. Moreover, technology is not limited to passive and active safety. Nowadays, a modern car can offer you connectivity with your smartphone, integrated navigation, GPS, rear-view cameras, or even sensors that assist with parking. These tools not only make driving easier, but also more pleasant and comfortable. An outdated vehicle might be keeping you from a safer, simpler, and more entertaining driving experience. Signal 4. Discomfort and interior wear. Do you remember when you bought your car, and its seats were comfortable? The upholstery was impeccable and the controls responded smoothly. Over time, interior wear is inevitable. Sunken seats, loose backrests, stained or torn upholstery, worn carpets, and an instrument panel that might no longer work properly. These are clear signs that your car has aged. Comfort is essential, especially if you spend a lot of time in the car. A worn interior is not only unattractive, it can also affect your posture, your level of fatigue on long trips, and even your back health. Moreover, a deteriorated cabin can generate annoying noises, constant creaks, and an overall feeling of neglect that is not pleasant at all. The ergonomics of current vehicles are much better thought out. The seats are more anatomical, there is greater sound insulation, and the distribution of controls has been optimized. If you feel that your car no longer provides the comfort it once did, it might be time to consider a more recent model with a redesigned interior and more durable materials. Altogether, the lack of safety technology and the evident discomfort of the cabin. These can add to the reasons why you should change your car. It's no longer just about the cost of maintenance, but also about your well-being and that of your loved ones. As you move forward, the next signals will complete the picture and help you make the best decision for your future behind the wheel. Signal 5. Poor fuel consumption and greater environmental impact. We live in a time where concern for the environment and energy efficiency is becoming increasingly important. Older cars tend to have less efficient engines and combustion systems that, over the years, lose their optimal performance. The result: higher fuel consumption than it used to have, with the corresponding impact on your wallet and the carbon footprint you leave on the planet. Maybe it wasn't a problem before, but now you notice that the tank empties more quickly. You take the same routes, but the monthly expense on gasoline keeps increasing. This not only harms your finances, but also contributes to a higher level of pollutant emissions. In a world increasingly aware of the need to reduce environmental impact, driving an inefficient car can make you feel responsible for unnecessary harm. In contrast, the latest models incorporate more advanced engines, lighter materials, and hybrid or even electric systems. These alternatives not only reduce fuel consumption but also decrease pollutant gas emissions. If you choose a more modern car, you can help protect the environment and, at the same time, save money in the long run. Additionally, some governments offer tax incentives or discounts for less polluting vehicles. This can translate into significant savings over time. On the other hand, many cities around the world are already implementing access restrictions for vehicles with high emission levels, which could eventually limit your mobility with that old and polluting car. Choosing a more efficient car also means preparing for the future. The automotive industry is moving towards electromobility, hybrid engines, and clean technologies. If you continue to cling to a gas-guzzling vehicle, you'll be left behind, both economically and ecologically. A new, more sustainable car is not only an investment in your comfort but also in the health of the planet. In summary, the increase in fuel consumption and higher emission of pollutants. It's a strong indication that your car is no longer a responsible option. Switching to a more efficient and eco-friendly model will not only benefit your wallet, but also contribute to a cleaner future. Remember that, in the end, every decision we make affects the environment we live in. If your current vehicle is expensive to maintain and also harmful to the environment, it's time to consider an upgrade that makes a difference. Signal 6. Changes in your personal or family needs. Life is dynamic. What worked perfectly yesterday might not be enough today. Your personal, professional, or family circumstances can change over time, and your car should adapt to these new realities. If a few years ago you bought a compact sedan because you were single and lived in a small apartment, it's possible that now, with a larger family, that car no longer meets your needs. For example, if you've recently had children, you'll need a vehicle with more interior space, safer seats, and a large trunk for strollers, luggage, and all kinds of children's accessories. Similarly, if you've changed jobs and now have a longer and more demanding commute, a car with greater efficiency and comfort will be essential. Or maybe you simply want to enjoy weekend getaways to nature, in which case, an off-road vehicle or an SUV would suit you better than a city car. Needs change, and holding onto a car that no longer fits your current lifestyle can be a burden. It's not about a whim, but about functionality and well-being. A vehicle that doesn't meet your new routines can cause discomfort, stress, and waste of time. Moreover, a car poorly suited to your needs, it can also result in greater wear and tear, higher fuel consumption, and inefficient use of space. It's also important to consider that, with technological evolution, the automotive market offers greater flexibility to adapt to every lifestyle. There are electric and hybrid vehicles for those looking to save on fuel and care for the environment, family vans with entertainment systems to keep children occupied on long trips, and compact cars. Super efficient for those living in cities with traffic and parking shortages. If you feel that your current car has fallen behind compared to your daily needs, it might be time to explore the market for an option that better fits your current situation. You may have changed professions, expanded your family, altered your leisure habits, or simply your priorities have shifted. In all these cases, a car more suited to your circumstances can significantly improve your quality of life. Ultimately, the evolution of your personal or family needs is a clear sign that you might need to change your car. It's not just about having a newer vehicle. It's about having a tool that makes your daily life easier. And, as we continue with the signs, you'll confirm whether upgrading is truly the best option for you and your family. Sign 7. Lack of confidence, mental comfort, and driving pleasure. Beyond functionality, safety, cost, and efficiency, there is an intangible but crucial factor, the feeling you experience when you get behind the wheel. Driving should be a pleasant activity, or at least not stressful. If every time you start the engine, you feel worry, discomfort, or displeasure, something is not right. Your car should be an ally, not a source of uncertainty. Lack of confidence in your vehicle is an unmistakable sign that you need a change. If every strange noise, every unusual vibration, or every light on the dashboard triggers your anxiety, then the relationship with your car has become toxic. You no longer trust its ability to safely take you from point A to point B, and that directly impacts your peace of mind. Living with that constant tension makes no sense, especially when you can access a more reliable vehicle. Another important issue is the pleasure of driving. Even if not everyone is a car enthusiast, the time we spend behind the wheel should be, at the very least, comfortable. An uncomfortable seat, poor posture, excessive noise, inadequate thermal and acoustic insulation, or an outdated cabin can turn a simple journey into an unpleasant experience. Driving is not just about reaching a destination. It also includes how you get there. If the journey is uncomfortable and leaves you exhausted, your quality of life will suffer. The lack of enjoyment in driving can also be related to technological obsolescence. Perhaps you would like to have a modern infotainment system, a better quality stereo, Bluetooth connectivity, smartphone integration, built-in GPS, and even driving modes that make your experience more dynamic and flexible. If your car doesn't have these options, it might be falling behind, making your trips feel monotonous and complicated. Don't underestimate the emotional component. Your car is a personal space, almost like a second home on wheels. It should convey security, comfort, and the certainty that every time you turn the key or press the start button, you'll have a smooth journey. If that's not happening, it's another sign that it's time to move on to a vehicle that meets your current expectations.